Hey everyone, let's grab more updates from the San Francisco 49ers, but first, remember to subscribe to the channel and drop a like. The San Francisco 49ers, Deebo Samuel teases CJ Gardner-Johnson after significant NFC Championship win. Deebo Samuel is thrilled after aiding the San Francisco 49ers in reaching the Super Bowl at the expense of the Detroit Lions, while the prospect of winning his very first Lombardi Trophy has him incredibly excited. His feud with one of Detroit's defensive backs is likely making the victory even sweeter for him. There are numerous highlight-worthy moments in this game, but the unnecessarily rough hit Deebo endured from CJ Gardner-Johnson is one that will make anyone suspicious, according to ML.com. Corey Wood stated that Gardner-Johnson blindsided Deebo at one point, resulting in his Lions ceding 15 yards. While their first-half heroics had them leading by 17 points at halftime, they couldn't stop Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers from staging a comeback that led to a 34-31 loss. Samuel was questioned about Gardner-Johnson's hit after the game, and his response would please many Niners faithful. Samuel was asked about the personal foul from Gardner-Johnson, to which he delivered another one-liner response. "I mean, you gotta be me when I'm looking, that's the only way you're gonna get me," Samuel said. Woods provided further insight into the beef between the two. They had traded barbs around Week 6 when a video of a scuffle between the 49ers and the Cleveland Browns went viral. Several players, including Samuel, Brandon Auch, Juan Thornhill, and Trent Williams, were seen being physical. Gardner-Johnson noticed the clip on social media and took a shot at Samuel for exhibiting typical WR behavior and seemingly challenging his toughness. Samuel responded by sharing a 2020 video of ex-Chicago Bears wide receiver Javon Mim confronting Gardner-Johnson several times during his tenure with the New Orleans Saints. "Boy, stop playing before you get a rewind of this, boy, sit down," Samuel said. Samuel and the San Francisco 49ers emerged victorious this time, but if the Lions manage to capitalize on their incredible season, we may have witnessed the birth of a new rivalry. JJ, what's behind 49ers star Brock Purdy's rise to Super Bowl QB? We need to discuss Brock Purdy. Before entering the NFL, he was a relatively unknown prospect who flew under everyone's radar. As for Brock Purdy's ascent to the Super Bowl stage, it's a tale of determination, resilience, and seizing opportunities. Purdy's journey to becoming a starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers is nothing short of remarkable. Born and raised in a small town in Texas, Purdy's passion for football was evident from a young age. Despite not receiving much attention from college scouts, Purdy continued to hone his skills, playing quarterback for his high school team. It wasn't until his senior year that Purdy began to attract some interest from college programs. Purdy's collegiate career didn't start with much fanfare. He attended a small Division II school, where he initially struggled to find his footing. However, Purdy's work ethic and dedication never wavered. He spent countless hours studying film, refining his technique, and pushing himself to be the best quarterback he could be. Slowly but surely, Purdy began to make a name for himself on the college football scene. It wasn't until his junior year that Purdy truly began to shine. He led his team to an undefeated season, showcasing his leadership abilities and knack for making big plays. NFL scouts started to take notice of Purdy's talent, and he soon found himself on the radar of several teams. Despite being considered a long shot, Purdy declared for the NFL draft following his senior season. To the surprise of many, he was selected in the third round by the San Francisco 49ers. While some questioned the pick, Purdy was determined to prove his doubters wrong. Purdy's rookie season was a learning experience, to say the least. He spent most of the year on the bench, soaking up as much knowledge as he could from the 49ers, coaching staff and veteran players. However, Purdy never lost sight of his ultimate goal, to become a starting quarterback in the NFL. In his second season, Purdy was given the opportunity he had been patiently waiting for. With the 49ers starting quarterback sidelined due to injury, Purdy was thrust into the spotlight. From the moment he stepped onto the field, Purdy exuded confidence and poise beyond his years. He quickly won over his teammates and coaches with his performance on the field and his leadership off of it. As the season progressed, Purdy continued to impress. He led the 49ers to several key victories, showcasing his ability to thrive under pressure. With each passing game, Purdy's confidence grew, and so did the confidence of those around him. Now, as the 49ers prepare to face off against the best the NFL has to offer in the Super Bowl, Purdy finds himself on the biggest stage of his young career. While the journey hasn't always been easy, Purdy wouldn't have it any other way. He knows that every obstacle he's overcome has prepared him for this moment. So, what's behind Brock Purdy's rise to Super Bowl QB? It's a combination of talent, hard work, and unwavering determination. Pie's journey serves as a reminder that success isn't always immediate, but for those willing to put in the effort, the rewards can be extraordinary. As the spotlight shines brighter than ever, Pie is ready to embrace the challenge and etch his name into football history. He was the final selection in the 2022 draft, a draft brimming with supposed elite quarterback prospects. Nearly 2 years later, and PY has ascended as the franchise quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, propelling them to the Super Bowl. Brock P's meteoric rise to the pinnacle of the NFL has garnered him a legion of fans among his peers. Following his pivotal role in the 49ers' comeback triumph over the Lions, catapulting the team to the Super Bowl, Pry received accolades from a titan of the game. J.J. Watt, the former star edge rusher for the Houston Texans, lauded PY's performance. From Mr. Irrelevant to Super Bowl starting QB in 2 years is remarkable, man. Give that man Brock PY his flowers. It's astonishing to reflect that just last season, no one truly envisioned PTY as the franchise quarterback of the 49ers. PY was selected by San Francisco with the final pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. He wasn't even the second-string quarterback, as Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo were both ahead of him. However, injuries to both quarterbacks thrust PY into action, and he delivered for the team. Now, the 49ers belong to Brock P. After missing the Super Bowl last season, Purdy has guided the team all the way to the final game. There, they confront a particularly formidable foe in the Kansas City Chiefs. It has been a magical 2 years for Pie. Can he cap off year 2 with a Lombardi Trophy? Dan Campbell conveyed to his devastated players, "This might have been our lone opportunity to reach our first ever Super Bowl." Following the Detroit Lions' defeat in the NFC Championship game against the San Francisco 49ers, Lions head coach Dan Campbell surprisingly admitted he told his team they may have squandered their sole chance in making it to the Super Bowl after Sunday's humiliating loss. Detroit endured a heartbreaking 34-31 defeat to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game after relinquishing a 17-point lead in the second half. "I told those guys this might have been our only shot," Campbell stated after the game. Do I think that? No. Do I believe that? No. However, I know how challenging it is to get here. I'm well aware it's going to be twice as difficult to reach this point next year as it was this year. That's the reality. And if we don't possess the same hunger and dedication, this is a whole other story. The Lions had not won a playoff game for an astounding 30 years before this year's postseason run, which by all means should have culminated in a trip to the Super Bowl. "Once we reach the offseason, we have no chance of returning here," Campbell emphasized. "I don't care how much better we become or what we add or draft, it's irrelevant. It's going to be tough. Everyone in our division will be reloaded, and you're not sneaking up on anyone anymore. Everybody will want a piece of you." Besides the possibility that the rest of the NFC North will indeed bolster their teams, Detroit will have a much larger target on their backs, with opponents now aware that facing the Lions will be a challenging matchup. Under Campbell's guidance, the Lions have transitioned from being one of the teams often found at the bottom of the league standings to one of the toughest to beat in the entire NFL. During Campbell's inaugural season in charge of the Lions in 2021, the team finished with a 3-13-1 record. Fast forward to the present, and Detroit concluded the regular season with a 12-5 record. They proceeded to defeat the Los Angeles Rams and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before squandering what many believed would be an insurmountable lead against the 49ers. One advantage that Campbell and the Lions will have as they attempt to make amendments for their NFC Championship collapse is stability at the quarterback position. Before the loss to San Francisco, reports had surfaced that the team was poised to begin discussions on a new deal with Jared Goff, who is set to enter the final year of his contract in 2024. Reflecting on the Detroit Lions' rollercoaster journey throughout the season, it's evident that they defied expectations and established themselves as a force to be reckoned with in the NFL. Under the leadership of Dan Campbell, the Lions underwent a remarkable transformation from perennial underdogs to legitimate contenders. Despite falling short in the NFC Championship game, the Lions have much to be proud of as they look ahead to the future. Campbell's candid remarks following the devastating loss serve as a testament to his unwavering commitment to his team's success. By recognizing the challenges that lie ahead and highlighting the importance of maintaining their hunger and dedication, Campbell is setting the tone for the Lions' off-season preparations. As they regroup and reflect on their journey, the Lions must use this setback as motivation to come back stronger next season. As fans, it's important to support the team through both the highs and lows and to remain optimistic about what the future holds. With determination and perseverance, the Lions have the potential to achieve greatness and make their mark on the NFL landscape for years to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to always be well informed about the San Francisco 49ers.